Hi, my name is Yasu, and then I am in Osaka right now. So today I want to talk about my progress on my depression treatment. I haven't done it for a long time, so I kind of forgot how to start. So I've been taking Effexor and Venlafaxine for 1 year and then 2 months already, and then I have tapered the meds since this March or April, I forgot. And then it's been on the right now like the 14 month, and I reduce it to 75 milligram of the Effexor venlafaxine, and then I want to share my experience with it. And then it's not pleasant experience at all. I thought I was ready for it. It would be really the same situations when I reduced the amount from like 225 milligram to 100 something. And then what has happened to me is that the day that I reduced the amount, usually later afternoon, I would start feeling like brain zaps, headaches, like sweating. My sensations are different. What else? I couldn't really formulate my thoughts. And I've gone through that since April. And I thought I was ready for this time. And then the same thing exactly happened this time with a reduced amount, which is 75 milligram. However, this time I suffered a lot, and I'm really scared of tapering off more. So yeah, so of course the same thing, that on the day that I to reduce the amount to 75 milligram, I got brain zap, headache, severe headache. I couldn't think clearly. I felt really down. My body felt really heavy. And since my body sensations are so weird. But the level of those withdrawal symptoms are very mild. So at the beginning, I thought that, oh, yeah, this is the withdrawal symptoms. Yes, just give myself like 3 days or like couple days, a week, the most, and it'll go away. But it didn't. Unfortunately, this time, it lasted for more than 3 weeks, and it come and goes. And it was so annoying and also like torturing me. And because it's not too severe and it's not too mild, the level of uncomfortableness is disturbing enough to the point that it's like I've been tortured. Not not to the degree that I want to give up, and not to the level that I can manage. It's just really in the middle, that I suffer enough and I'm getting sick of it. I'm getting tired of it. And I was like, when will this stop? It's much longer than what I expected and what I experienced in the previous months, but not too severe. What is going on? And I got so confused. And because I'm already back at work, and then I'm doing a lot of new things, but I can't think clearly, and it's taken longer than what I thought. It's really annoying. One lucky thing is that because I really didn't want to push myself, I really want to leave some space to um, get some break, and if anything happens. So on weekends I do nothing. I don't hang out with my friends, and I slowly, like, I know what has been happening. I don't have a lot of energy, not as much as it used to be, and everything is about like how to prioritize. And then right now work is fun, so I put I choose my work as my priority, you know, and I deal with my health conditions because I thought that I gave myself enough time to focus on. So there was some flexibility, but still I underestimated that. I never thought the withdrawal symptoms would actually keep occurring for that long time with that density. So annoying, so disturbing. It was really a torture. And then now I'm very scared, even though on the fourth week, after I reduced to 75 milligram, and I feel okay now. My body, I think I used to it. But I'm very scared to go further. So last week I had an appointment with my psychiatrist, and I told him that exactly what happened and how I felt about it. And I really want to give my body more time to get used to 75 milligram, and I want to make sure that I am psychologically ready for more reductions, because I really don't want to go through the same situations that happened for 3 weeks. It's just so horrible. And then my doctor was like, "Oh, I understand. If anything, just take as much time as you feel that you need. The worst thing, you just rush into it, try to power through, and you fail and you relapse. It's the worst thing. Give yourself time and then just do little by little." And it's such a relief. So I don't know when I'm gonna start taper my meds more, but for now I'm good with 75 milligram of Effexor and Venlafaxine. And it's all very counterintuitive, and it's so different from what I found on internet and also from my doctor. Because originally what I thought is that once I reached to the stage of tapering off my meds, I'm just gonna keep reducing the meds, done with it, and I'm recovered. That's how I thought and how I see, and also like what I expected based on what I have found from the online and from my doctors. But now I'm really thinking the real battle, the final battle begins when I taper off the medications. Two things. One is that I had to stabilize myself for a couple months before I started to tapering off the medications. So with maximum dose of Effexor and Venlafaxine, which is 225 milligram. It really helped me, stabilized me, and then I felt that I didn't really suffer from the depressions for a long time. And because of that, I have taken a lot of actions at work. But also, I made a mistake when I started doing the treatment. So I gave myself a lot of flexibility and space. So that means I don't really hang out with my friends. Well, I don't, because like on the weekends and in the days that I don't work, I just simply want to do whatever I feel like it. And that's the space that if somehow like I didn't feel well, or like I suffer from the visual symptoms on those days, that's gonna give myself the enough space and the time to get better. This time it worked, but I used up all my space and flexibility. And because I take more responsibility at work and everything, I could feel that I'm nervous, I'm stressed out, because I couldn't function well enough to do the work that I wanted to do. And it's a very bad cycle. So now I kind of see why a lot of people kind of relapse or like find it difficult to taper off, because by the time they start tapering off the medications, most likely probably they go back to school, or like they go back to work, and they have a lot of plans with friends, family, lovers, family, because they feel good, they feel okay, they feel stabilized. But now once going through the tapering off stage, everything would become unstable again. But you take more responsibilities, more things to do, and then you would get confused because you thought that you would get better, and then you thought that you never thought the final battle would begin when you start tapering off the medications. Or maybe that's only maybe maybe only me that I thought about it. So this is the lesson that I learned. The final battle begins when I start doing the tapering of the medications. That's one thing. The other thing, which is a very counterintuitive, at least to me, is that the the less amount, the less medications that I take, the harder it would be for me to deal with visual symptoms. That's what's been happening to me. But in my head, I thought that the more medications I take, the harder it would be for me to deal with the withdrawal symptoms. What I meant is that I was kind of thinking that, okay, when I reduce the effects of venlafaxine from 225 milligram to 180 something, that would be the hardest time that I would experience visual symptoms, the severe density, and maybe it's gonna take a longer for my body to get used to it. And it certainly, the density of the visual symptoms, it was huge, very uncomfortable, quite shocking to me. I could feel like my body is surprised and very uncomfortable. And I thought I was prepared for it, but like obviously I was not. But after a 1 week or so, I was okay. And I thought that that was the most hardest visual symptoms that I would actually suffer because from that point being, I would reduce more amounts of Effexor and Venlafaxine, but my body got used to it, so I can just keep reducing it. And of course, here and there, I would actually experience the withdrawal symptoms, but not too severe. And then it will be actually easier for me to deal with withdrawal symptoms and then taper off medications as I do more reduction. If I reduce more medications, because I know what to expect. But I think I was wrong, because reducing it to 75 milligram, it's really the hardest. And I really don't want to go through that again. But I need to do at least 2 more taper off stages of the medications. So I don't know when I'm gonna do that, because I don't want to do it anytime soon. And at least I need to mentally ready for it, that the lower the medications, the harder for my body to get used to it. And I didn't do any research on this one, but my theory is that when I first reduced from 225 milligram to 180 something, of course it surprised to my body, and then suddenly my body needs to work, find a way harder and find ways to get used to 180 something milligram of Effexor and Venlafaxine. But good thing is that my body can get at least 180 milligrams something of the Effexor Venlafaxine daily basis. But right now I take only 75 milligram. So my body couldn't have more doses to get used to it. My body needs to find a way to manage it with fewer amounts. And I think that's why it's harder and longer for my body to get used to those reduced amounts. So if my theory is correct, or if that's how my body works, then I can only assume that next taper off process, which I would take 37.5 milligram of Effexor, my body would scream and then try to work harder to find a way to cope with that. And then I can only imagine my body is gonna scream. Yeah. Hopefully I'm wrong, but we'll see what's gonna be happening. But I don't know when I wanna do it. So as always at the beginning of this video, I always say that if you're healthy, you don't have to deal with something like this. And then the very ironic part is that people, including myself, only appreciate the health once we only when we lose it. So please take care of yourself. Don't push yourself. If you need to work and you're stressed out, I know it's not easy, but don't focus too much, because without health, you really don't get you don't get to enjoy your life. And if you don't get to enjoy your life, what's the meaning and the purpose of your life? So yeah, please take care of yourself. And then if you feel like it, please subscribe to my channel. So thank you for watching my video. For now, じゃあね, bye.